As she strolled across the court, Caitlin Clark raised her arms, pumped her fists, and formed a heart with her hands, expressing gratitude to her devoted fans who gathered to witness her final game at Carver-Hawkeye Arena in Iowa City on Monday night. Following Iowa's 64-54 victory over West Virginia in the women's NCAA Tournament, Clark took a moment to acknowledge the support of the fans who had cheered her on throughout the game. "I'm forever grateful," she said. Heading to Albany, New York, the Hawkeyes will continue their quest to reach the championship game for a second consecutive year. Regardless of the outcome, Caitlin Clark will be commemorated as one of the most cherished athletes from a state renowned for producing legends like Dan Gable, Bob Feller, and Nile Kinnick. "I'm very grateful that I got to play in an environment that supports women's athletics the way that they do, not only women's basketball. And to be honest, they've been doing this before I ever stepped on campus," Clark said. "Maybe it wasn't quite at the magnitude it is now, but these people and these fans have showed up, and they'll continue to show up." On a night where nothing came easily for her or her teammates, the NCAA Division I all-time scoring leader tallied 32 points. Despite facing the Mountaineers' physical defense, aiming to disrupt her game, Caitlin Clark persevered, albeit with challenges along the way. At one point, she required attention to wipe blood off her leg during the fourth quarter. Notable attendees included Basketball Hall of Fame member Nancy Lieberman, dubbed Lady Magic, and San Francisco 49ers star tight end George Kittle, an alumnus of the Hawkeyes from 2013 to 2016. Among the spectators were Clark's parents, who were regulars at her games. Brent, her father, previously garnered attention on social media during Saturday's game against Holy Cross for displaying visible concern when his daughter expressed frustration due to missed shots or unfavorable calls. This concern was evident again on Monday, even as Iowa gained momentum. Meanwhile, Anne, her mother, watched with a smile and clasped hands. As customary at every home game, fans of all ages arrived donning their Nomotzer 22 jerseys and t-shirts, with many displaying signs paying homage to the Iowa star. "I try not to look in the stands the best I can," Clark said. "I don't know. My family has always been there for me through the ups and downs of my journey. More than anything, they just look at me and motivate me, and that's a sign of reassurance." Clark made her debut at Carver-Hawkeye Arena in November 2020, where she showcased her talent by scoring 27 points in a 96-81 victory against Northern Iowa. Due to COVID-19 restrictions, the audience was limited to family and media members, although cardboard cutouts of fans, including one of Clark's golden retriever, Bella, filled the stands. As her career progressed, crowds flocked to witness her brilliance, leading to sold-out home games throughout the season. Carver-Hawkeye Arena witnessed several historic moments in Clark's journey. It was where she shattered Kelsey Plum's Division I women's all-time scoring record, tallying a career-high 49 points against Michigan. Additionally, she surpassed the late Pete Maravich of LSU as the NCAA Division I's all-time leading scorer, achieving this milestone with a 35-point performance against Ohio State. Finally, on Monday night, she cemented her legacy by setting the Division I single-season scoring record, converting a couple of late free throws. With 1,113 points accumulated this season, and a total of 3,830 points over the span of her 135-game career, Clark will journey to Albany for Saturday's Sweet 16 showdown against 5th-seeded Colorado. "You don't want to get emotional, she said. "I wish I could have stayed on the court a little longer." Moreover, Iowa agrees to speed up access to civil court cases as part of lawsuit settlement. According to a report from the Des Moines Register on Monday, the state of Iowa has agreed to provide contemporaneous access to newly filed civil court cases to settle a lawsuit. The lawsuit, brought forth by Lee Enterprises, a publishing company based in Davenport, Iowa, and Courthouse News in May, alleged that the state violated the First Amendment by delaying access to these filings. On Wednesday, the parties involved in the lawsuit informed the court of a settlement. Traditionally, newly filed petitions were accessible for public review at a county court clerk's office in the form of paper court records. However, with the transition to electronic court filings, New petitions in Iowa have been routed to a non-public database initially, awaiting processing by court staff. These administrative procedures have led to delays in public access through the Iowa court's online website, sometimes taking several days. As part of the settlement, Iowa's judicial branch is required to establish a new access option, allowing viewing of civil petitions even before official processing is finalized. Additionally, the state has agreed to pay $80,000 to cover the attorney fees of the plaintiffs. It's important to note that while agreeing to these terms, the state has not admitted to any wrongdoing. The lawsuit contended that the delay was unjustified, highlighting that even federal courts routinely make new filings readily available online before official processing is finalized. It also emphasized the media's qualified First Amendment right to access and report on such documents. Under the terms of the settlement, the new link for pre-processing filings will be accessible to users who agree to the terms outlined on Iowa courts online. Both parties informed the judge that it may take approximately a month to implement the new system. Bill Girdner, editor of Courthouse News, commended Iowa's commitment to addressing and remedying the delays in public access experienced under the previous system, stating that Iowa's revamped system will serve as a benchmark for openness and accessibility, not only within the region, but across the nation. The Iowa Attorney General's office, which represented the defendants, was not immediately available for comment. Earlier this year, Courthouse News reached a similar settlement with Missouri and currently has ongoing cases in other states, according to the Register. Sum up. The farewell of Caitlin Clark at Carver-Hawkeye Arena was a poignant moment, symbolizing the culmination of her remarkable career at Iowa. Her heartfelt gesture of gratitude towards the fans encapsulates the deep bond she shares with them, reflecting her immense popularity and the indelible mark she has left on the state's sports legacy. As she embarks on the next chapter of her journey, her legacy as one of Iowa's most beloved athletes is secure, etched in the hearts of fans who have cheered her on every step of the way. Meanwhile, the settlement reached in the lawsuit regarding access to civil court cases marks a significant victory for transparency and accountability. By agreeing to expedite access to newly filed petitions, Iowa's judicial branch demonstrates a commitment to upholding the principles of openness and public access to information. This development sets a positive precedent for other states, highlighting the importance of timely access to legal proceedings in fostering trust and confidence in the justice system. For more insights on sports, legal developments, and other significant news, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more updates.